Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Tank and Trucker here, and today we are gonna do it's heavy tank mission number 15. I finally finished it. Yes. Um, I've been having one hell of a time with this mission. Not with doing the damage and nothing to do with the damage. It's always I get the damage. A lot of times I've got the damage blocked and stuff. You got a block between damage blocked, damage received, damage done. It's got a total 12,000 hit points of all that. Damage and received, done, and all that. 12,000 points, basically. We'll say points. And I've been doing the first part of the mission. I think I've done the first part of the mission like 3 times, but the second part of the mission is you got to win the battle. The problem is I was getting the first part done, but my team kept losing the battle, and then so you're kind of reliant on 14 other people that you don't even know, that hopefully they can help pull off a win so that you can get that mission done. So I finally completed it, which I was pretty happy about that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I thought I figured the Moss would be the best tank to use because you start right out 3,000 hit points right off the bat. And I hit that T430 there, or excuse me, Object 430 there for a nice 544. I feel that either that shot or one I take on their artillery here in a little while was kind of what really helped me. If you see the game kind of glitch, my ping meter up here, if you watch that too, it shot up. You can see it turning red. Myself and several other people in the match started having a real bad lag issue. My ping shot up to, I don't know if it ever shot way up like 999, but it was doing that where it turns red. Basically saying that you're disconnected, basically. Well, not disconnected, but you're disconnecting. So far, I've done 1,027 damage and blocked 1,730. Sorry about the phone there. I shot at the weak spot on that 183, and that turret on that thing is just phenomenal. That poor E5 there, man, I think they just wanted him out of the frickin' match, because that poor guy, he's down to 250 some hit points. So I was able to pen the Moss again. This is not... I actually stopped typing here a second and said, do we actually have artillery? I'm sitting here watching. We literally, for this so far in the match, have not seen one single artillery round fly this way. Right here is where I start. I think I misspell. I said die. I was supposed to be, do we have arty? I'm like, what the hell? We need some sport over here. Not one single arty round flew this way. We got, shit, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 tanks there, and those idiots in artillery weren't even supporting us. I don't know what the hell they were shooting at, but it sure in hell wasn't these guys over here that, all the big tanks. That E4 schmucked me a good one, but that's alright. I schmucked him a good one too and nailed him for 514. Or he penned me. Oh. Bounce, bounce. Oh, it looks like he must have hit me. Wow. He was definitely shooting heat, because you can see how, that's when it's an AP round or an APCR round, when it pens, it will leave a circle like that, but it'll be a hole through, it'll be a black like a hole. That one, there's a bounce. But when it's a heat round, it leaves this, looks like burn marks. So you can see twice he's hit me here and here. So the T110E4 was actually shooting heat. I was wondering how he penned me in the gun, right in the gun mantle. You usually can pen on this side and that side, but that gun mantle, that thing's a bitch to pen, and that's where he penned me. And I was like, he's got to be shooting heat. I wasn't listening close enough to hear it hiss. Because a lot of times you hear that sizzling, like this sizzling sound after you get hit with a heat round. Shot on that 57 Heavy for 478. Nice shot for 543 there. RNG was with me and without me. I was getting some good shots and some crappy shots. I clutch shot on that 183 trying to get the shot off. It literally just loaded and the reticle was still full bloom, but I was trying to get hopefully a shot off into him before he got behind that building, but just did not happen. This is where I look down and I'm like looking at the damage and I'm like, okay, we're winning by 2 here, 4-2. I got a chance here. I had to watch that 57 heavy on my side over there, but I don't think he was planning on pulling out because he would get drilled by the Object 704, all these tanks behind me here, and then also the Yagzella was pulling up here with me to support me. Then he got knocked out, so that was kind of a good thing. I knew I wouldn't get nailed in the side. Yeah, T-110A. Let's see. I bet he was shooting heat. And can't tell. Yeah, if E5 pens this, it either hits one of the 2 places, these here, or the license plate right there. I call it the license plate, that big old weak spot right there. And there's no marks there, so I imagine he shot up here, and he probably had to have been using heat, because I know my E5, if I shoot a Moss, even on the weak side, those weak spots there, with standard rounds, they just don't pen. So you end up using heat. But, I don't blame him. I'd be shooting heat the damn thing, too, if I were going against the Moss. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispie treat. Got a beautiful shot right on the E5's turret. And then I saw artillery light up, and I'm like, well, that's free damage. Make sure that one hits. I was able to knock out the artillery. Now we're really whooping the snot out of them. We're beating them 9-2. And I thought, I'm like super close. I'm just going to push. As soon as he shot, he knocked my track off. Now, at first I was going to back up because I knew that stuff was over here. And I knew I was probably going to end up dying, but I didn't have to live. We just had to win the match, and I needed that damage done. And right there, that one, I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, that just pretty much sealed the deal, but I wanted to ram this guy. And a little 36 extra hit points, hey, whatever helps. So I ended up getting knocked out by the base camp and grill. Thing runs like a Corvette, and he's back there hiding like a little wussy. But, yeah, I don't blame him, really. Look at all the tanks coming at him. He knew he was doomed. So that was, yeah, and you can see that's what I mean. That T-110A got taken out, and so I need to do whatever damage I could on him to take him out, because I was trying to do that math in my head real quick. I'm like, well, that's almost 5,000. That's almost 5,000. I'm like, holy crap, that's like 12,000, 13 or 30, 100, 12,100, something like that. And I'm like, I did the mission. I knew I did it. So I was pretty happy about that. But, yeah, we go on. And the only part now is we had to win. But I'm looking at it going, they've got 1 arty and 2 tanks. We've got this in the bag. I mean, we've got literally, we've only lost 3 people, including myself. So we've still got over 3/4 of a team going against one tank now, so I knew we had it. So I was very, very, very pleased to finally get this mission done. I haven't even looked at the, I don't even know if you can look at the missions for the tank that's next, but that Object 260, man, if the missions for the T-55A, some of them have been just, I mean, like killing 3 tanks in the first 3 minutes of a match. That was that was a tough one. That you got to do that with your platoon. That's the only way you're going to get it done. I tried it with different tanks, 183. Then you got to race up there, and hopefully you just one-shot everything. And I was getting close, but I just couldn't get that last tank, and you end up doing that one with a platoon. But anyways, this is the heavy tank mission number 15 that I completed, and I highly suggest if you got the moss to do it in that, because you start right out, you just deduct 3,000 hit points out of the 12,000 that you got to do because, of the hit points you have, obviously, for your tank. If you don't have a moss, then, definitely you're going to try doing it in the E100, which the E100, you got the 750 average damage, but the only problem is you have heat for your ammunition, so a lot of times you just bounce, tracks eat the shells, the accuracy. If I were doing it in the E100, I'd probably throw the gun that the Moss gets, because you can put the 128 on the um, E100, or you can use that, what is it, a 150 centimeter, or I think it's or a 15 centimeter, or 150, or whatever. You get an option for the gun for the E100. If I were doing heavy tank mission number 15, I would probably almost, to be honest with you, throw the 128 on there, because you get APCR, your pen's way better. Then you got better armor than the Moss, and it gets 2,700 hit points, so you're not lacking that, a couple, but one shot, and you made up the difference there. Plus, you're gonna have a gun on the E100 that can actually penetrate. That's the big thing with that E100, is the penetration sucks so bad with the standard rounds that you have to shoot heat, and then the heat bounces off, spaced armor, or the tracks eat it, and that's why a lot of people don't like using premium rounds with the E100. So, but excuse me, the good news is with E100, I'm not sure if it's going to be the upcoming patch. I know it's coming up soon, but they are buffing the gun on the E100, and they are going to be going to give it more penetration. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm hearing rumor has it like 248, between 248 and 250 for the standard round. So finally, after 5 years, the 100 will finally have enough penetration on your standard round where you can pen stuff without slinging heat all the time. So that'll be, and then, the nice thing is that gun also goes on the VK7201K. You get the same exact gun, so I'll have that gun on mine also, and I'll be able to pen stuff a lot easier with the VK, so that'll be nice, because I literally hate slinging heat out of that thing, because it just is so, how can I put it, just not consistent. I mean, you'll aim for something and you'll just hit it at the wrong angle, or it's spaced armor, or you hit him in the track, or, it's not a consistent shot. You can't consistently do damage with that, crappy heat shell. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the heavy tank mission number 15. If you did, please hit the like button down below, kind of over there, I think. If you liked what you saw, you could possibly go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Still running a competition. Once we get 100 viewers or subscribers, I'm going to give away some free stuff, a tank and premium time, and some golden credits. So, be glad to have you join my channel. Anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. You guys be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Hey, so yeah, this is the results of that mission. I finally finished Heavy 15. I've been getting so freaking close. I mean, to the point where I missed it by 47 hit points one time. One time I had the damage done, blocked everything to 12. I had like actually 14,000 damage. It totaled out too, but then the team lost. Yeah, for this mission, you have to block the total amount of damage done, blocked, and received has to total 12,000 hit points. So I figured what better one to do it is with the Moss. You start out with 3,000 hit points. You take that right off. You got 3,000 hit points. So basically, between doing damage done and damage blocked, you have to total 9,000 hit points. So I was actually able to pull that off finally. Thank goodness. I can finally quit shooting premium rounds out of this thing. The reason I've been shooting so, when I need to do a mission, if it comes to where you got to do, damage, I'm going to shoot premium rounds. That way I make sure my rounds are penetrating. I'm getting the damage in, and that's why I slung nothing but premium rounds out of my Moss in this match. That must be a new guy. So anyways, that was a Class 2 and a, what is that, Fire for Effect or something, isn't that what it's called? Yeah, Fire for Effect. I had bounced 3 rounds from the enemy Moss for 1,470. I penned him twice for 951. Penned the E5 for 496. Average damage on this gun is 490, and some of my rolls were like right at it. Hit their 57 heavy twice for 1,021. 430, hit him when he was up on the hill there for 544. That was a real nice roll. I think that one and or when I killed their artillery was one of those two shots that actually got me this mission completed. Taking the time to stop, shoot that 430 on the hill, and then also doing the same for hitting their artillery. I did I knocked out the fuel tank of the 430 also. The T-110E4, he's a big one that helped me get the damage blocked because I think he was shooting pretty much standard rounds. So I don't remember hearing much of any hit that hissing sound when they shoot you with a heat. And he bounced 4 rounds off me for 2,250 damage. And I knocked out his track, penned him 3 times for 1,529. And I knocked out their artillery for 290. So the total damage I did was 4,831. Total blocked was 4,470. So made her by the skin of my teeth. I did the most damage on our team with 4,831 damage with 1 kill. And that was 918 base experience points. I had 17 shots and 15 hits with 10 pens. So you can see that's why I shot premium rounds, or APCR. Most everything I was shooting at was close distance except for the artillery, which even if that round petered out, I still knew it would penetrate the... oh wait, that was APCR. Those don't lose... oh, yep, they do. I'm sorry. They do lose their power with range. But still, even with that being the T-92 artillery, I still knew that at that distance it should still pen no problem. And it did. But, so you can see, I only missed 2, but I bounced 5. And that was shooting straight premium rounds. Yeah, that bumps you up to 311 penetration. Now, if I were shooting standard rounds at 246, highly doubt I would have been able to do that mission, because I would have probably bounced off the E4 a couple times, probably bounced off the E5. Because even with the premium rounds, I think I bounced off the E5 once or twice, and the E4. So that's people are slinging gold, you gold sling, blah blah blah. Well, I wanted to get that mission done awful bad, so that's why I was doing it. Cost me 35,910 credits that I lost, but it's well worth it in the long run. Total damage done was 4,831, 290 at a distance of more than 300 meters. That was their artillery. I got hit 15 times, 6 bounced, 9 penned, 6 penned, 9 bounced. See if I can say that right. Damage blocked by armor was 4,470. I spotted 2. Damage 6, destroyed 1. And damage with my assistance was 404. Distance traveled was 1.18 kilometers. Made 74,352 credits, but after I spent 81,600 on ammunition and 28,662 to fix the vehicle because I got blowed up at the end. When I was watching my damage meter on the bottom left over here, and I saw it, I'm like, holy crap, I'm getting real close. So I saw what was left in front of me. I saw all our mediums coming around to the backside, so I knew there was no way in the Moss I was going to get over there and get any damage. I knew I had to push in as hard and fast as I could to get any hits that I could on. That's why I actually rammed that E4 too, not just to hit him. I did it because I was trying to get every ounce of damage I could before the match was over. And the second part of that is your team has to win the match too. So it's in your hands for doing the damage and stuff, but it's in your team's hand too because you got to win that match. I could have done all the damage and stuff, and we could have lost that match, and that would have really sucked. I was a bit bummed. So, anyways, I got this commendation. The High Command expresses their gratitude for completion of the last mission in the set for one vehicle type and commends you for your brave deeds. And I had already done the primary condition before, but I didn't get the secondary condition done, which is your team's got to win the match. So I was blocking it, but team wasn't winning. That's what kept killing me. So I got the other commendation. So now all I got left to do is a medium 15 mission, and that one is you have to kill two tank destroyers that are a tier higher than you. I believe it is. It's either two. No, yeah, it's one tier higher than you. So I'm hoping, I've been trying that one every once in a while. It seems like every time I play a medium, all the tank destroyers are on my freaking team. Or they'll have one or two tank destroyers, but they'll be the same tier as me on the enemy team. Or they'll have 3 or 4 tank destroyers. They camp at the very back of the base, and by the time I get there, I get killed. So it's like, so that one's been a little bit of kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm going to go ahead and pick one of my mediums here and just keep going at it until I get that mission done. So hopefully I'll have that done here within, I'm hoping a couple days. But this heavy mission is actually taking me several weeks because it just, you take a break from trying to, I was playing the Kranwagen a lot recently. But anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you enjoyed the video on the completion of Heavy Tank Mission number 15. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. I think it'd be on that side of your screen, actually your side of the screen over there. And please subscribe to the channel. I'd like to have you in the Tank and Trucker family. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.